how you doing? This is TV and School. Вивчаємо з тобою ми англійську. How are you? Що скажеш, коли ти зустрінеш якогось іноземця? So, let's speak English. Англійська мова Шекспіра та нью-йоркських таксистів. Англійська стане у нагоді вам, бойські дівчиська.
Це прекрасно, враховуючи те, що зараз ми всі трошки вчителі, батьки, які залишилися з дітьми на карантині, а у мене 3 школярів, то дуже приємно нарешті самій побути в ролі учня, коли тобі не треба нікого навчати.
So guys, as you see, I'm dressed and you can guess the topic. Right, we're going to talk about Harry Potter and magic. So let's start the magic, right? I really liked our lesson with Marichka last time, so I'm gonna invite her for the lesson. Are you ready? I need your help for this. Can you say abracadabra with me? Let's try. Abracadabra. It didn't work because you didn't help me. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3. Abracadabra.
Wow!
Hello, Marichka.
What a coffee break!
Yes, so as you see, you're in the classroom. Sorry to interrupt your day. What were you doing?
I was having my coffee, but it's such a pleasant change.
So, would you like to have one more lesson with us?
Sure.
Okay, so let's start. Let me take off the dress. So let's go. We continue talking about the books. How was your poem?
My poem was great. My kids were impressed when I read them, so...
Fantastic. So, do they remember the poem about chocolate?
Yes.
Fantastic. Today we talk about Harry Potter. Have you read the Harry Potter books?
Not very many, because as the British would say, it's not my cup of tea.
Okay.
But I have to keep up with my children, so I have to know what it's about in basics.
Did you watch the movie?
Yes, I did, but I'm a Harry Potter dummy. Sorry.
I see. It's okay, it's okay. For example, if you ask me, I haven't read all the books, probably 1 or 2. And one book I read in English and the second one I read in Ukrainian. But I watched all the movies, so I can talk about Harry Potter. Okay? So, let's think about the adjectives that comes to your mind when you hear the word Harry Potter. Harry Potter and Harry Potter books. So I give you like 10-15 seconds. Think about the adjectives. Прикметники. Okay? Okay, so let's move on with the word magic. I love magic. Marichka, do you believe in magic?
I do.
Okay, so a lot of people say that there is no magic in our life. But I definitely believe in Christmas spirit, so I say this is a magical time of the year. What do you think about magic generally?
I do all my best so that my kids believe in magic, in Christmas, in
Santa Claus, right?
Santa Claus, in Tooth Fairy, what it's called.
Yeah,
Yes.
Зубна фея.
Так.
This is very nice. So, let's think about the word magic. We have 5 letters. Marichka, can you help me name the letters?
M-A-G-I-C.
Yes. So, let's think about the adjectives that start with these letters. For example, what word comes to your mind when you hear the letter M? Mute? Okay, this is silent. What else? Marvelous.
Marvelous.
Okay.
Modern.
Modern. Great. Merry. Веселий.
Married.
Married, this is a нижній, and merry, веселий. Let me write the word, because this is a very typical mistake. You confuse this word.
M-E-R-I-Y, it's fun.
Yes.
And M-A-R-R. marry.
Yeah, marry,
It's
to
to
marry, right?
Become
Okay.
somebody's husband or wife.
Yes. So if you want to say that this is something funny, interesting, you say marry and you write it with E. If you want to mention that the person is getting married, so you use A in this word. Be careful. Okay? So what about A?
A. Adventurous.
Good.
Amusing.
Okay.
Adaptable.
Good. Well done. Amazing, right? Let's go with G.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Grateful.
Grateful, good.
Gracious.
Just great.
Great.
Glorious.
Glorious.
Well done. What about I?
Impressive.
Good.
Immense.
If we think about the synonym of the word clever.
Intelligent.
Bravo. Well done. Incredible is also, right?
Incredible.
This is a lovely word. C?
Clever.
Okay.
Contagious.
Wow. This is a
Because
great
of COVID.
Yes. Cute? Competent?
Creative.
Creative, well done. So let's have a look at my words. I've got marvelous, amazing, glorious, incredible, and cute. Okay? So why do I need adjectives here? Because we're going to talk about main heroes of the book. Do you remember any characters from the book? Harry, of course.
Harry. The Hogwarts people.
Uh-huh.
Who were they?
Professor Dumbledore, right? So let's start with positive characters. First of all, we have
Hermione.
3 friends, right? Harry Potter, repeat after me. Harry Potter. Okay, let's try again.
Harry Potter.
Well done. And let's go with the next one. Hermione Granger. This is a very interesting because usually people pronounce her like Hermione, yes? And this is actually not correct because British people say Hermione. Let's say again.
Hermione.
Well done. Hermione Granger.
Hermione Granger.
Yes, and the third friend?
Ron Weasley.
Fantastic. And we've got the Professor Albus Dumbledore.
Albus Dumbledore.
Okay, all these characters are positive, right? Can you describe these characters using the adjectives that we discussed at the beginning of the lesson?
They are magical, courageous.
Let's go with one by one. For example, I think Harry is.
I think Harry is very creative.
Okay.
Hermione.
Hermione. Okay, let's repeat after me. Hermione.
Hermione.
Let's whisper Hermione.
Hermione.
Let's say loud. Hermione.
Hermione.
Fantastic.
Hermione is very innovative.
Okay.
Ron Weasley is very wise. And Albus Dumbledore is very smart.
Smart. And I think he is very honest. Right? Honest, fair. And he's also very generous. Generous? What does it mean, generous?
Kind.
Kind, yes. Добрий. Вічливий. Okay, let's talk about negative characters. I don't like the word negative, but in the book they are supposed to be like evil. Okay, so the first one is, can you help me, Marichka?
Draco Malfoy.
Yes, correct.
Dolores Umbridge.
Yes.
Lord Voldemort.
Yes, Lord Voldemort. So, what is the biggest evil in this list?
Dolores, I would say.
Dolores. I think that the Voldemort.
Okay.
The one that who mustn't be named, right? The one who mustn't be named. Okay, let's go with one by one. Draco Malfoy is actually the kid's friend. The Harry's friend, the Hermione friend, and Ron friend. I can't say really a big friend, but he's his schoolmate. They study together, but in a different team. So Harry, Hermione, and Ron, they're from the Gryffindor team, and Draco is from Slytherin team, okay? So how can you describe Draco? If you remember, he's one with the white hair.
I would say he is dishonest.
Okay.
Hypocritical. And mean.
A bit sly as well? Okay. What about Dolores? in the movie, I remember, she was wearing a very nice pink suit. So I can definitely say she's cute, but talking about her character.
She is cute, but I would again said mean and dangerous.
Dangerous, yes, this is a very nice word. And about Lord Voldemort.
He is vicious.
Okay, yes, and again,
And cruel.
Cruel, yes, I
And
like.
unpredictable.
Unpredictable for sure. Okay, so let's move on. Harry Potter book is very important because, why do I say important? Because a lot of kids, this is their patient. Yes, they live where they've got their costumes, they wear the dress, they use the magic wand every day, right? So, Harry Potter teaches us different life lessons, right? So let's talk about this. Have a look at number 1. Choose friends wisely. What does it mean? Choose friends wisely. How can you understand this phrase?
That you should be very careful when deciding who to make friends with.
Okay, so don't trust probably from the very beginning, right? Be careful. Give some time to a person and then make sure that this is your own person to be friend with. Let's go with number 2. A good teacher is a great thing.
A good teacher is a great thing. It's that a good teacher probably can be one of the biggest prize that you get in your life because he or she teaches you very many things that you can use in your lives, that you can grow with and become who you want to be.
Exactly. If we look at this particular phrase, are we talking about school teachers or teachers generally?
I think generally a good teacher cannot be, maybe not only a school teacher, but a friend, a parent,
or probably
or probably a
cook.
stranger. Or a cook.
Or a cook, because you love cooking, right? And you love learning how to cook. So probably a famous cook can be your teacher as well, right? Let's move on. Face your fears. We mentioned this at our previous lesson, right? What does it mean, face your fears?
Oh, well, it's useless to hide from your fears because sooner or later you have to face it. So it's facing your fears is the first step of overcoming your fears.
Exactly. Be brave and face your fears. Just do it. A lot of people text me like, Natalia, I'm scared. I want to learn English, but I'm not sure that I'm going to do it. Just face your fears and just do it. It's better to act than not to act. So let's move on. If you need help, ask for it.
I think it's not the strongest feature of the Ukrainian people to ask for help because we are ashamed to ask for help, to look incompetent or weak. And it's a good thing to ask for help if you need it. It's not shameful, it's not embarrassing. It's a right thing to do.
Actually, for me, when you ask for a help, this means that the person is really strong. You are not losing your face if you are asking for help. You need to be really strong to ask for it, to be able to ask, like, I'm not professional at this point. Can you please help me because I need to overcome this? This is okay to ask for help. And the last one, be a doer, not a dreamer. This is a tricky phrase.
Actually, I'm going to ask for your help because I don't know this word.
Okay, what does it mean to do?
Oh, okay, I understand. It's a person who does and not just says.
Yes.
Okay, I just didn't recognize it.
No,
Be
it's
a doer,
okay.
not a dreamer. It's better to start doing things instead of only planning or dreaming or talking about this.
Yes, but I want to ask you about the word dream. If you look at this, be a doer, not a dreamer, does it mean that you don't need to dream at all?
No, actually, the first step of your success is your dream. Because unless you dream, there is no way you can move on forward and do something great unless you have it first in your mind.
I see. So for me, this phrase is actually be a doer means start acting. right?
And not just a dreamer, I would add.
Yes, and not just a dreamer. So if you have a dream, якщо у вас є якась мрія, починайте працювати над нею. Робіть перші кроки у досягненні своєї мрії. Окей? Є дуже популярна фраза українською мовою. Якщо ти маєш свою мрію, біжи до неї. Не можеш бігти, йди до неї. Якщо не можеш йти, ляж і просто у напрямку своєї мрії. Хоча б щось роби. Okay? So I can explain that this means be a doer, not a dreamer, like this in English. Okay, let's move on. I want you now to have a look at the episode. This is the main character of the episode is going to be Dolores. Okay? And then we talk about her words, talking about magic, theoretical knowledge and practical knowledge. Let's have a look.
Go on, get it.
Good morning, children. Ordinary wizarding level examinations. OWLs. More commonly known as owls. Study hard and you will be rewarded. Fail to do so and the consequences may be severe. Your previous instruction in this subject has been disturbingly uneven. But you'll be pleased to know, from now on, you will be following a carefully structured, ministry-approved course of defensive magic. Yes.
There's nothing in here about using defensive spells.
Using spells? Well, I can't imagine why you would need to use spells in my classroom.
We're not going to use magic.
You will be learning about defensive spells in a secure, risk-free way.
Well, what use is that? If we're going to be attacked, it won't be risk-free.
Students will raise their hands when they speak in my class.
I'm going to stop here. So, when we talked about Dolores, she mentioned that she wants the students to use theoretical knowledge, not actually practicing. And Hermione said that, what does it mean? We're not going to use magic and we're not going to practice spells. So what do you think about this? Theory or practice?
I'm for a combination of both. Theory and practice.
For example, for me, I'm a totally practical person, right? But without theory, can we learn something?
I believe not.
So we need a perfect combination. And it's going to be a 50-50 combination.
I would say yes. But sometimes I think about little kids who speak English just because they are born in the United States or in Great Britain. They don't have any theoretical knowledge of English, but they speak English better than we do.
Exactly. Think about your cooking lessons. How much theory do you have and how much practice do you have?
I would say 10% theory and 90% of practice.
Yes, so this is actually, it depends, right? If we think about English lesson, so probably practice is more and theory is less, right? And if we talk about math,
50-50.
50-50 probably, because you need to know formulas, yes, to solve the problems. If we talk about, for example, a history lesson.
Well, you can practice history of ancient times. I mean, you can, but not...
So it's going to be probably more theory than practice.
Theory.
Okay, a very interesting question. Chemistry lessons and physics lesson.
Well, the kids would say that they are more for practice, especially in chemistry.
Yes.
But the teachers would say that they need theory.
As well.
As well, yes.
So it depends on the subject. English, I would say more practice. You need to speak more, you need to write more, try talking every day, watch films in English, read books in English, and then you will gain more knowledge. You will be more knowledgeable. So let's talk about useful phrases that we can actually pick up from the books, right? Let's talk about some practice. So the first word, have a look here. It's not actually a word, yes? This is a question. What's the magic word? I remember my mommy when I was young, and she was telling me something like, I want to have a cookie, and I was like, mommy, give me a cookie, and she was mentioning this. What's the magic word? Чарівне слово, and please give me a cookie. So we use this, right? What's the magic word?
Please, thank you.
Yes. So we're actually waiting for the person to give us an extra word. The magic word here means that thankful word, pleasing word, like this. So let's go with a magic word. I'm going to write it down. A magic word. What's the magic word? Let's move on. What about this? To wave a magic wand. So I've got a magic wand, and I'm waving a magic wand. What does it mean to you? How can you explain this phrase, to wave a magic wand?
I mean, in real life? To achieve something very easily.
Yes.
Like with the spell of a magic wand.
For example, there is a situation, right? And you want to fix it very fast to solve the problem. So can you just wave a magic wand? And we're done. Or, for example, you want to move faster, for example. There is a traffic jam, right? You got stuck. And, якби в мене була чарівна паличка, я б змахнула зараз і опинилась вдома. So you can say, I want to wave a magic wand. This is a very useful phrase. To wave a magic wand. Let's move on. This one. To work like magic.
To be very effective.
Yes, exactly.
Professional, effective.
Yes, extremely effective. To work like magic. Can you come up with a sentence or a situation in real life where we can use it?
I mean, the online teaching school in Ukraine works like magic.
Fantastic. I like your example very much. So let's write it down. To work like magic. Okay? Let's move on. To pull a rabbit out of the hat. This is actually, you have a hat, and usually the magician or the wizard, they're pulling the rabbit out of the hat. But this is a figurative meaning, right? Let's go with realistic. How do you understand this?
To demonstrate some unexpected and exceptional skills in doing something.
Okay, well done. So actually just tell me, right? Pull a rabbit out of the hat. Just tell me what is going on there. So let's
To reveal all the cards, to put all the cards on the table.
On the table, yes. Well done, let's move on. Hey, be dragons. This is from the book and from the movie. Here be dragons. Who is a dragon?
It's a fairy tale hero.
Yes, and is he positive or negative? Usually.
Usually intimidating. So negative.
Negative, right? So in real life, you can say, for example, I wouldn't go there. If I were you, here be dragons. So this is something that you want to prevent first people to go to a scary situation like this. So don't go there. It's frightening or can be dangerous like this. Here be dragons. Там мають бути дракони. So this is simply dangerous. Here be dragons. Let's write it down.
Це, як кажуть, як вступати на мінне поле в нашому варіанті.
Yep. But if you're using Harry Potter language or magic words, here be dragons. Let's move on. To have a frog in one's throat. What does it mean to have a frog?
To have a frog in the throat.
In the episode of Harry Potter, when they had the frog, they actually couldn't speak.
Because of what?
Because of a frog, because the frog wasn't...
I mean, because they were stunned or because they couldn't physically speak?
They couldn't physically speak. So when you have a frog in one's throat, it means that you can't speak, you have no words, you are blocked. Let's say like that. I've got a frog in my throat, so it's like, I can't pronounce anything. I'm shocked, like this. to have a frog in one's throat. If I'm talking about myself, it's going to be I have a frog in my throat. If I talk about you guys, you have a frog in your throat, right? So we substitute the word once with a pronoun. Can you say the phrase about you, Marichka?
I have a frog in my throat. I'm going to have a frog in my throat when I see the voice of the country tonight.
Oh, I see.
Because I can't imagine how they're going to do it online.
This is interesting, actually. Okay, to have a frog in one's throat. Let's write it down. I'm going to shorten it. A frog in one's throat. Okay? Let's move on. Let the cat out of the bag. So this is also to pull a rabbit out of the hat and reveal. Let the cat out of the bag. Okay?
To let something going.
Yes, exactly.
To reveal your
interest,
your
right?
interest.
Just tell us the truth. Просто розкажи мені правду. Викладывай всі свої карти на стіл. Правильно? Let the cat out of the bag. Can you say this phrase? Just say it.
Let the cat out of the bag.
Yes.
I'm not going to let my cat out of my bag. I want to keep it secret.
Okay, this is a nice phrase. So, a cat out of the bag. Well done. And let's have a look at this one.
To make castles in the air. To have some plans that are not going to happen.
To dream, actually.
To dream,
right?
actually, instead of... To be a dreamer, not a doer.
Exactly. Thank you very much. So I actually like to make castles in the air. So I think and dream and imagine things. And then, okay, Natalia, go back to Earth. This is not good to make castles in the air. But from time to time, it's okay. So make castles in the air. Okay. Let's have a look at this one.
Oh, many moons ago.
Many moons ago.
It's like a long, long, long time ago.
Yes, this is like just the word
Centuries ago.
Yes, or you can just simply say, if you want to emphasize that it was long ago in the past, so you just say it was many moons ago, right? Not many days ago, just many moons. These are very nice impressions. Let's go with this. Taste of one's own medicine. This is interesting. Taste, спробувати, дослівно, якщо перекласти цю фразу.
Свою пігулку.
Спробувати свої власні ліки. Ліки. Any ideas? Let's imagine the situation. There is a bad person.
Yes, and when you're treating something in a bad way, sometimes you get the same medicine in your throat that don't taste well. Because medicine don't usually taste well.
Yes, exactly. So this is something like bad person is behaving badly to you or to other person. And this is actually like revenge, right? To taste of one's own medicine. The person behaved badly and he or she received the same way, so this person tastes his own medicine.
Наступити на свої жраблі.
Yes, I like this combination. Okay, so these are actually, I'm going to write it here, medicine, right? To taste of one's own medicine, right? Let's have a look at these phrases. So we had 10 of them. Magic word, to wave a magic wand, to work like magic, to pull a rabbit out of the hat, here be dragons, a frog in one's throat, let the cat out of the bag, to make castles in the air many moons ago, and to taste of one's own medicine. So there are 10 phrases. Which phrases are you going to pick up today, Marichka, to your real life?
To make castles in the air, to taste my own medicine.
Okay.
And to pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Okay. I also love many moons ago. This sounds so fancy, right?
Well, sometimes when you say many moons ago, it's for me it's an impression that you're being very old.
Okay.
So I wouldn't use it.
So no, I'm not going to use it. Thank you. Okay, so guys, actually I hear the bell ringing, since means that we need to stop the lesson. So let's go with your homework. I would like you to write your own examples with useful phrases from our lesson. So we have 10 of them. Think about real situations where you can use these phrases. And next lesson we are going to discuss them. Thank you very much for the lesson.
Thank you
Mary.
very much. It was such a pleasure.
Now you can go back to your coffee.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
І тут, звісно, я не змогла себе дуже сильно проявити, оскільки не є фанатом Гаррі Поттера, але намагаюся ним цікавитись, щоб відповідати очікуванням моїх дітей, які його дуже люблять. Тому от в міру своїх здібностей як знавця Гаррі Поттера я вже намагалася компенсувати незнання Гаррі Поттера знанням англійської.